If you've ever felt completely behind when you see the massive net worth numbers thrown around online, you're not alone. The anxiety usually comes from measuring your own financial progress against an average that doesn't actually reflect reality. Look at this split chart comparing the data across decades. The towering bars on the left show the average net worth, which sits over $1 million for people in their 50s. But the much smaller bars on the right tell a different story. That's the median net worth, sitting at a fraction of that size. The reason for that massive gap is that a tiny percentage of ultra-high net worth outliers drag the top-line average upward, skewing the data. The median gives you a clearer picture of where the actual middle point of the population stands. To accurately place yourself on that scale, you have to measure your true net worth, the total value of every asset you own, minus the total burden of your liabilities. Consider the difference between someone earning $500,000 who spends it all versus a modest earner who saves aggressively. Despite the income gap, the saver often ends up with a significantly higher net worth. This shows that net worth is more than just a math equation. It functions as a measure of how much you are willing to trade current lifestyle consumption for future financial autonomy. This decision tree maps your financial strategy. In your 20s and 30s, the accumulation phase, your objective is diverting 15% of income into an S&P 500 index. This habit creates a 40-year compounding window where small contributions grow far beyond the national median. The trade-off is that you have to actively reject the social pressure to spend more as your salary increases. This means avoiding the urge to buy a luxury car or upgrade your lifestyle just to keep pace with your peers. The second major step in this phase is the complete eradication of all consumer and vehicle debt. Removing those high-interest payments permanently frees up your monthly cash flow, providing the capital needed to fuel your future investments. You may have to use your liquid savings to pay off these loans today, sacrificing your immediate purchasing power to achieve a clean financial slate. Success in the accumulation phase isn't about how much you earn. It's about protecting your initial capital from high-interest debt and social expectations. In your 40s, you enter the pivot phase. This is the decade where high-earning years must meet serious future planning. At this stage, you calculate your North Star number by dividing your target annual lifestyle cost by 4%. This simple calculation turns vague retirement anxiety into a concrete mathematical target. This often requires a reality check. If your current savings rate can't reach that number, you may need to adjust your budget today to support your desired lifestyle later. The second objective is to aggressively pay down your mortgage, with the goal of owning your home outright by age 50. Owning your home eliminates your single largest fixed monthly expense before you even reach retirement age. The trade-off is that you are taking cash that could earn higher returns in the stock market and locking it into housing equity. You are choosing psychological security over maximum mathematical yield. The pivot phase forces you to constantly balance the desire for growth against the very real need for debt-free stability. As you move into your 50s and 60s, the strategy shifts toward preservation. This is the time to utilize catch-up contributions and shift your assets away from volatile growth stocks toward conservative, cash-flowing investments. Shifting your allocation protects your nest egg from sequence of returns risk, the danger that a market crash could occur right as you begin your withdrawals. To gain this security, you have to accept a lower ceiling on your growth, purposefully giving up the chance to capture the full gains of a bull market. At this stage, your money will go much further if you focus on lockdown rather than aggressive expansion. Succeeding in the preservation phase means recognizing that you have already won the accumulation game. Your goal now is simply to stay there. These benchmarks show that while the math provides the target, your habits are what actually hit it. You can have a perfect plan, but your net worth ultimately depends on the daily choices you make with your money. To help you decide on your next move, look at how these behaviors map to 3 specific profiles. If you feel behind or are currently managing debt, focus here. Your priority is to ignore the high wealth averages, target the median benchmarks, and clear your consumer debt as fast as possible. This requires sacrificing all lifestyle upgrades immediately to secure your financial foundation. If you have a high income and want to maximize your future wealth, you are the optimizer. You should aim for the highest stretch goals by maximizing your early investments to let compounding do the heavy lifting. Your trade-off is living far below your means well into your 30s, funneling every raise directly into assets instead of luxuries. Finally, if you are nearing the end of your career, you are the pre-retiree. Your focus is finalizing your withdrawal strategy and ensuring your estate planning is in place. You choose to give up high yields to ensure your capital is protected from market volatility. The correct net worth for you is never a single universal number. It is a moving target, defined by the specific financial trade-offs you are willing to make at your stage of life.